Hey everyone, it's Mizuki Arts. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be painting an ocean fairy. Before we get started on today's video, I just want to say thank you so much to Miya Arts, otherwise known as the company that makes the brand Himi paints. They sent me this 56 color palette for free to try out and review. There's a little review video on my Instagram. By the time this video is out, I will have a link for that I can put down in the description box below, and of course I'll have the link to the Miya Arts store, maybe like their website, maybe their Amazon too. So yeah, thank you so much to Miya, and let's get started with the video. It might be Miya, not Miya, so forgive me if I've mispronounced it. Look, I am not sure at one point my life turned in this direction, but I'm not complaining. This is a lot of paint. Yeah. I just finished uncovering most of the cups. I left the black and the two whites. There's our I think our mixing white and our titanium white right there. I'm leaving those covered just because I don't use those a ton, but I'm really excited about all these colors. Like, we've got like pearlescents and some neons, which I've just kind of scattered throughout because honestly I didn't really know how I wanted to organize this. So if things change in my palette over the next couple weeks, you know, we'll see. Okay, so here's the 24 color Himi set that my parents got me for Christmas, either Christmas of 2022 or Christmas of 2021. I think it was 2022. I'm not really sure though. I have to think for a second to figure that out. But anyway, obviously this set's bigger, but I just want to show you how much bigger it is. I mean, obviously it's like, you know, over double like the amount of colors. So that's kind of funky, like, for me to process. Yeah, there's my set. It's a little dry because I usually put my paint on like a palette, and then I use the paint on the palette for a while. Anyway, let's just take care of that real quick, you know. Anyways, after that absolutely hefty introduction, we are ready to start painting our ocean fairy. She's been sitting in my sketchbook, like, looking a little unloved. So now we're finally going to add some color to this girl. I've been kind of swept away with my flood of like Christmas art, which has been a blast. I've been having a ton of fun with that, but I am glad to kind of get to work with some different colors. Like today we're going to be working with a lot of blues and purples, something I have really strayed away from lately. Like, usually I'm working with like pinks and reds and greens, especially around Christmas. Anyway, just look at how huge this palette is, and we put a little bit out on my regular mixing palette, and I just got straight to work, kind of throwing in a skin tone. I was having kind of like a blah art day, so honestly, like, this palette was a super welcome like burst of inspiration. Like, I can't even express to you guys how happy I am that I had like some motivation to paint because of, for lack of better words, this new toy for me. This like new wonderful gift from Himi, you know. And obviously I love painting. I always paint even when I don't feel like it, but it was a lot easier to like get started on a day where I felt uninspired, just because of how beautiful this set was for me. Like, it was so exciting. But anyways, I always wanted to record the process for this piece, because it's kind of funny. She's pretty similar to my river or stream fairy that I did a while back. I think back in September or something, maybe August. I don't quite recall exactly when I posted that video, but These two kind of look like they could be sisters, not because they necessarily look alike, but because the pieces are kind of formatted in like very similar ways, and obviously they're both like an aquatic theme. Because they're so similar, I knew I had to stray away from like my instincts for color with this one, just because I didn't want them to look like repeat pieces, you know, like sisters not twins. So instead of like my blue, pink, and green kind of like usual, I don't know, something I'd do with this piece kind of just like on autopilot would have been blue, pink, and green. So I decided to go with like a much more saturated, almost kind of like green blue kind of color. And I also went with like some purples and some pinks too, but not like a pastel pink. I tried to like work with some colors that were just slightly out of my comfort zone. Only in the fact that they're more saturated and not focused on like nature. Like obviously she's a fairy, so nothing about her is like natural, but like you wouldn't see like water that's like this color of blue, you know. You probably wouldn't even see like a ton of fish that are like this brightly colored, so it's more like cartoon ocean colors, whereas I really tried to keep it like kind of natural looking, like still whimsical and fun when it came to my stream/river fairy, but she's a little more, I think, soft, and this is like a very like cartoony, I don't know, very dramatized version of like summery ocean colors. I have no idea if I'm making any sense right now. You know, it is what it is. But anyway, I spent a lot of time on her wings. I really wanted them to look like shiny and colorful, maybe a little bit like almost like sparkly and holographic. I found myself really being drawn to like the pearlescent or metallic paints that came with the Himi set. Like I was just really excited to try them out because I've tried like metallic or pearlescent watercolor, but I had never used like pearlescent gouache before. Even though really, I mean, I water down my gouache like a crazy person. I don't know, I guess I've just been like really in love with like sparkly inks and paints lately. Obviously I literally use glitter in my art sometimes, and obviously I use a lot of white gel pen. I mean, really, like companies that make white gel pens, you know, I'm keeping them afloat, Obviously everyone loves white gel pens, but I buy way too many for my art. I just use them constantly. I don't know how many I go through like in a year, but at the beginning of this year I bought a pack of like 12 of them. I don't know how many I have left. I have to like go and count, but it doesn't feel like a lot. It feels like I'm always like, gosh darn it, where are my white gel pens? Anyways, I got a little off topic here. So one of the things I decided to kind of push myself with this time was obviously making the colors different from my stream/river fairy, and that fairy has like blonde hair, and I wanted to give this fairy blonde hair at the beginning, like because I really wasn't sure what other color I'd want to give her, and I knew if I didn't like the blonde I could make it darker, but I was like, I don't want them to look too similar, you know. So I decided to give this fairy kind of like a very pale kind of bluish purpley color. I guess the word I'm looking for is like a lavender or maybe more like a periwinkle. I don't know. For some reason, giving her like an unnatural color kind of felt like pulling teeth a little bit. I don't know why. I mean, I used to give my characters unnatural colored hair all the time, and I still do, like, from time to time. I really didn't know what I wanted to do, and purple obviously is like, you know, it's a pretty big commitment. It's going to be hard to really like change that. But obviously I'm glad I stuck with it. I think the purple looks really good, and I feel like any other color might not make the piece feel as whole as this color does. It really suits her. I don't know, maybe I'm like making too big a deal about a hair color. But just for some reason I had kind of like um I had an instinct like telling me to give her like a different color than one I'd usually pick, and then I had um like you know, I was super used to painting like blonde or brown or black hair. So it kind of felt like almost like just a comfort zone, I guess. But like really it's fairies. I paint a ton of fairies, so like unnaturally colored hair like doesn't even like stand out that much, like as far as like it should be within my comfort zone, I guess is what I'm saying, just because like, you know, fairies are such like a fun fantastical kind of creature, so I should be willing to make them like, you know, fun and fantastical. And for some reason, I found, especially around Christmas, I do tend to give my characters like more unnatural colors. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but I do know I over the summer I didn't really draw or paint a lot of characters with like bright colors, and then boom, around Christmas time, I'm like, I think this is like my third or fourth painting with an unnatural color for the hair, and it kind of, I don't know why, but it reminds me of my art from like 2020 and 2021 when I was doing a lot of unnatural colors on my characters. I don't know why I stopped. I guess I just got into like putting most of the color like in the dresses and the accessories and things like that, like the background and whatnot, and then kind of letting the hair just have like its own shape language kind of be the focus and not necessarily the color. But I don't think like a bright color takes away from that either. So really, I'm not sure why I stopped at all. It doesn't make sense. Whatever. Let's move on. I just want to give you guys a quick little life update. Just because I usually mention like school and how college is going like in every single video. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about my semester. So this coming week is finals week. So I have a couple big projects due. So I have a 2-foot by 3-foot giant still life painting due for one of my classes, and then another class I have some little paintings that I have to turn in, and then I have an artist statement for another class I have to turn in. The artist statement's pretty much done. I literally just have to put it in an email and send it over. I don't want to do that. I don't like sending in written work. That's so annoying. Gosh. And then I also have a final exam for my art history course. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah, this semester honestly has been a blast, but it has been super super busy. Like I'm really excited to be like in all arts related classes. Like that's super amazing, and I made a ton of personal art this semester too. Like I filled up an entire sketchbook and then some. So I'm pretty happy about that. So I have no complaints really. I've just been really busy, so that's been fun. And obviously I cannot wait for Christmas. I can't wait to spend time with family. I can't wait to bake. I can't wait to eat lots of good food. I've got my birthday coming up in a couple, well, I guess not a couple weeks. It's literally like a couple days before Christmas when I turn 20, which I can't believe. I should not be hitting that number, but here I am. It's pretty exciting, I guess. It's the end of my teen years, which is, I guess, kind of fabulous. Like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't necessarily feel negative about not being a teenager anymore. It's kind of a weird time of life, so I'm glad that it'll be done with. If you guys want like a Christmas break studio vlog or anything like that, let me know, because I'm definitely up to making something like that. I do have a like finishing my sketches or finishing my unfinished art type of video planned too, that I really want to do. And then I have a couple like different videos I want to do, like my favorite art supplies of 2023, and maybe like I don't know, maybe another sketchbook tour. I have some sketchbooks piled up. Like, I am usually a sketchbook or two behind in my reviews. So if you guys want to see another one of those like already, I'll definitely film one. Just let me know. And then I have a product review that I for sure want to do. And honestly, I'd really like to do a Christmas art supply haul, assuming I get Christmas like art supplies. I don't know, just if any of those sound particularly interesting to you guys, let me know. I really want to do all of them if I'm being honest. So you'll probably see a whole bunch of them. Hopefully I get to do like a Christmas paint with me too. Honestly, I have too many videos planned and too little time, so I don't know how I'm gonna do them all. We'll just see what happens. Really, I should get a backlog going for the spring too, because that's what I did this fall. Over the summer, I recorded a whole bunch of like paint with me style videos, and I've just been spreading those throughout this semester. Towards the end, I did have to kind of like start filming again, but at the beginning and in the middle, I did get a nice little break where I could voice over stuff, talk about whatever, and not have to also film. It really helped me because some of those weekends I had like huge assignments to work on, and I couldn't be filming, so maybe I should be prioritizing that. I don't know. Whatever it is, hopefully you guys enjoy the content that's to come in the next, like month and onwards, into the spring and all that. Obviously, we have to get through winter before I talk about spring, but I guess I'm thinking in terms of like, into the spring semester, I guess. So, I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's the end of the semester. My brain's not going to be working for another week or so. And then I'll be, starting to think a little better. I don't know. Like I said, this was like a super fun semester. I am just like, I'm ready for the break. I'm ready to paint like all day, every day in my sketchbook, and I'm really excited because I'll be starting a new sketchbook probably right about the time that I get off, like officially, which is perfect timing, because that means that this sketchbook like took up exactly the semester. Like, obviously I had my other sketchbook like right into the first couple weeks of this fall, but then I had to start this one, and I'll be finishing up this one like during or just after finals week. It just feels so satisfying, and I don't know why. It'd be really, really great if I could do a whole sketchbook in winter break, but that might be pushing it because that's like a month, maybe a month and a half. So that might be pushing it a little bit. I don't know. It'd be kind of a fun thing to try, but I don't want to like just end up making really bad paintings by trying to push that. It is kind of funny that this is the first semester that I've like just done like a whole sketchbook in, like a whole thing, because this is the first one that's like basically all art classes except my art history class was like not involving making any actual art. It's talking about art but not making anything. So it's kind of interesting that it worked out that way. Like I don't know how else to describe it. It just feels like I was really worried about not making like any personal art this semester. I thought I would just be like so overwhelmed by schoolwork that I wouldn't get anything done. I don't know. Maybe the not cards. Oh my god. Maybe the stars were aligned and I had creativity at the right time and was able to get work done as a result. I don't know. It was kind of funny. Something I noticed was that I have a 6 or 7 hour painting class once a week, and I would be thinking like most of the time about going home and painting like in my sketchbook. I mean, there was no pressure for it, so like if I got home and I was like exhausted, I wouldn't bother. But it's kind of funny, there was this disconnect between painting for school and painting for myself. It's just so weird. Like I don't know. Like my art for me is something that's like so like sacred to me. It's something like so, it's a feeling that it can't be replicated by like painting a still life in class. Like it's that different for me of an experience, to the point that I would paint for 7 hours and then come home and open my sketchbook and at least try to work on stuff. I didn't always succeed to get something done, but usually I would sit and sketch or do some line art or maybe try to start painting something, if that's how things worked out. And I think because I'm making so much art all the time, I figured out some stuff about my workflow too. I might have mentioned this before, but I like to have like between like 4 and 6 paintings being worked on at once, like all in different stages. So I'll have like 2 or 3 that are sketched out, maybe 1 that's in the line art stage and 2 that need to be painted. I'm all over the place like that. I think it kind of helps me to not burn out because I don't always have to be like thinking of new ideas. So if you're someone that like feels like you struggle to start paintings or start drawings, I recommend that. Like just sit down and like get some stuff out on paper and maybe do that for a couple days, and then maybe you can do some line art or just basically work on stuff in stages so that you can mix it up a little bit, so you don't have to always do the stuff that's like high brain power, like sketching and painting. Like those are the most like intense things for me, like mentally. Like sketching, if an idea is boring, like I will like drop it. Like I might try to push it and make it more interesting, but I might also just give up on it. So that's something I consider to be more like intense mentally. And then painting requires like a lot of decision making. And line art is something that, while I have a love-hate relationship with, I feel like I can work on line art like pretty much anywhere, anytime, just because like the full idea is there. I just have to be like able to focus, like able to mentally put some energy into inking it. So really I get to like work at my own pace and work on stuff in a way that like suits how I feel, and I feel like that's pretty healthy, and that probably made like a huge difference for me this semester. I have no idea why I didn't really like figure that out before, but now that I know it, like I'm gonna make sure that I'm always on top of that, like it's just been pretty great. And for some reason this semester I haven't been super art blocked either. Like I definitely had days, especially at the beginning, where I was having trouble making art, but I think I slipped into kind of a flow that worked out really nicely, and I hope I can kind of replicate that over the break and then in next semester too. I feel like that's enough of a life update and kind of a chat about where I'm at. So thank you for listening to all that. As you can see, we finished the actual like painting part of this illustration. You can see I added lots of sparkly blue kind of metallic paint to her wings. I'm really happy with how that looks. She just looks incredibly magical. I think I did add some metallic paint to like her eyelashes. If I haven't done that on screen already, I probably will. And then I'm obviously adding lots of gel pen sparkles because I can't help myself. I think I debated adding glitter to this piece, but in the end I just decided not to because I wanted the metallic gouache to really shine here. Even with it being such like a simple comfort zone type of piece, I still feel like it stands on its own. Not just because, I didn't go with the glitter, but also because I think the colors are a little bit different than what I would ordinarily pick out. She's just like really cute, and I do tend to get attached to the characters that I create in my illustrations. And this girl, she's no different. I feel like she's a character that will always live in my heart, even if I never draw her again. I feel like she probably lives in a seashell at the edge of a tide pool. I think that would be pretty cute. If you guys can think of a name that would suit her, let me know. I think she's pretty cute. She deserves a name. I want to say thank you so much to Himi / Miya for sending me this gouache set. It's absolutely beautiful, and I had a blast drawing it out. And thank you guys so much for watching me create this wonderful fairy. I had an absolute blast painting her. I think she turned out great. And I hope you guys are having a great Christmas season. Real quick before I go, I want to give a quick thank you to my Ko-fi supporters. So thank you so much to Ashley, Savvy, and Tiffany. Your guys' support means the world to me. And just if anyone else wants to go and join my Ko-fi page, the link will be in the description box for all these fun rewards and more. So yeah, again, thank you guys so much for your support. We're almost to 2,000 subscribers, which is really exciting. So yeah, catch you guys next time. Bye.